Good morning kids, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing great. I am Khushbu Patel from Saraswati Group of Education and today I am conducting this session for the computer subject chapter number 2. In the last session, do you remember what we have done? We have completed the hard words. Now we are moving to the explanation of this chapter. What is the chapter's title? Computer memory and storage devices. So before I start, you should have your textbook. So please go and take your textbook. Fine. Now you have to open page number 12. If you will open it, you will come to know that in the beginning of this chapter, one picture is given where the three students are sitting in a computer lab of their school and they are talking something to each other. One girl is asking something as they are solving the addition of mathematics. So one girl is asking that how to solve this sum. I have forgotten. Will you help me in that? What is the method? How to do addition? Will you help me? So other kid is saying, I will help you. But I am just wondering one thing, that we cannot remember everything. But computer is having a capacity to memorize everything. Why it is so? So meanwhile, when this conversation is going on, teacher has entered and she is telling to the kids that if you want to understand that why computer has the capacity to remember everything, let me explain you certain things. But for that we need to have a knowledge of memory device and storage device of the computer. So about that two devices only we have to study in this chapter. Now kids, before I start, as I told you that you should have your textbook. Now on page number 12, the first topic is given. What is that? It is data and information. Right? These two topics we have to cover first in this chapter. What is that? Data and information. Now what is data? If I say that some students are sitting in the class, I have used the word sum, but I have not given you exact number. So that sum is what? It is data. Unfiltered. Right? Not processed data. Right? Raw figure. Right? આપણે એમ કહીએ કે accurate figure નથી. Around 10 students are there. Around means maybe more than 10, maybe less than 10. So what is that? It is data. Right? But if I say that in class there are only 12 students are sitting. So I have given you exact number. So what is that? It is information. Right? So that means you know that in that class these many students are sitting. So data means raw figure or raw fact. Right? Say for example, if I say that at home I want to make some sandwich. Right? So first I will collect all the ingredients. Bread, butter, vegetables, some chutneys. Right? So what is that? If I will keep it on table, so that is my raw data. But I have assembled everything properly. Right? I have made a sandwich. So what is that? It is processed data. And processed data are known as what? Information. Right? So exact number or processed data are considered as information. Right? See in your textbook. A computer is an electronic device that works according to the given instruction. We all know that computer is one device. It works on electricity. So it is considered as electronic device. But it does not work on its own. It works only on our instruction. Whatever the instruction we are giving, according to that it will process and it will show us the result. So it works on our instruction. See, it has the ability to accept data in the form of raw facts and figures such as numbers, characters or other symbols. I told you what is the meaning of data, right? I have given you the example of a number of students as well as the ingredients of food. So what is that? You don't have the exact information about something. कुछ कच्चा पक्का आपको पता है, right? Exactly नहीं पता है. So what is that? Unprocessed work. That unprocessed work is considered as data. That we have also seen in the Harvard slides, right? See, this data on its own has no meaning, right? When you are giving something to someone, some information to someone, but you are not 100% sure about that information, so it has no meaning. Same way, data, when you are providing to computer, if you are providing only data, raw figure, raw numbers or raw fact, it has no meaning. It has to go through one thing that is called as a process. If the data has been processed, that data has been converted into information, right? See, it becomes meaningful only after processing by a computer. Here we are learning a subject of computer. So here we have to understand the data and information in terms of computer. So when you are providing data, computer will process on it, and after processing, that data will get converted to what? Information, which has certain meaning, right? See, this processed data which is meaningful and useful is called information, right? So meaningful data, raw data नहीं, जैसे मैंने बोला that if you are making a sandwich but आपने bread को ऐसे रख दिया, then chutneys को ऐसे रख दिया, then vegetables को ऐसे रख दिया, so that's not a sandwich. It is considered as a raw ingredients, but you are mixing it together, you are making it. So what is that? The data has, yes, converted into information, which is meaningful, which is useful, right? If you are taking one bite of a bread and then you are taking one bite of a cucumber, then tomato, then you are taking a 1 spoon of chutney, तो अंदर अपने आप सैंडविच नहीं बनेगी, पेट का सैंडविच हो जाएगा, right? गड़बड़ हो जाएगा, right? So we need to give proper information, right? We need to give proper data so that it can get converted to the information, right? See, let us understand the difference between data and information with the help of some examples. In your textbook, 2 examples are given, but I have also given you example, right? See, on the next page, page number 13, there is one table in which the 2 columns are given. One is for data and one is for information. See, data, majo, marks obtained by a student in a 5 subject, right? That is what I am just telling you, that marks. But which subject mark? What was the total mark of a paper? How many marks that particular students got? You don't know. I have just spoken a word marks. So what is that? It's a raw data, right? But I said that 5 students have got 50 out of 50 in science subject. So what is that? It is proper information that out of 12 students, 5 students have received 50 on 50. So that is processed data, right? If I say that from the entire class, 2 students have scored highest percentage, that is 90%. So what is that? It's a processed data, that is information, right? See, percentage of marks calculated by dividing the total marks by 5. That means percentage हमने निकाल ली है, marks का total करके उसको divide करके 5 के साथ. So I got the percentage. So that percentage is what? It is information. It is processed data. We have performed certain process. कि marks को पहले add किया, then we have divided it with 5. So we got certain number, which is percentage. So that is exact meaningful information, right? Next example, price of a product and quantity of a product, right? Quantity means 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram. Price means 1 kilo, that is 20 rupees. 2 kilo, that is 40 rupees. So when you combine it, then it will become meaningful. That is what? Raw data is converted to information. See, total cost calculated by multiplying the price and quantity of the product. That means if 1 kg is 20 rupees, then I am purchasing 5 kg. So I have to do all that calculation. Said 1 kg is 20 rupees, then 5 kg is 100 rupees. Right? So that is what? Exact information. So in such a way, computer is also giving us proper information if we are providing the proper data. See, the input devices are used to enter data into the computer, which is then processed by central processing unit. When we are giving any type of a data, that means when we are doing any type of input with the help of input device, it will get processed in what? CPU. And we know what is the full form of CPU. It is considered as the brain of the computer, which is Central Processing Unit. जितनी भी प्रोसेस होती है उसका सेंटर, that is CPU. Right? See, the processing information is then displayed or printed using the output device. Whatever the information we have given, whatever the data we have given, that process will be done here, and after that it will be displayed on the monitor, or maybe we have taken out print also, right? So we can see it in the hard copy. So what is that? It's information. See, the following diagram depicts means giving us information, or you can say explaining us, right? Depicts the relationship between the data and information, right? What is the relationship? See, you are giving data with the help of input device. So here I am writing data, right? I have given a raw figure with the help of input device. Then it will be going through the process in the CPU. So I can say that is processing data, right? Data I have given, processing will be done in the CPU. Then after that I will get what? Output, right? Which is what? It is actually processed data known as information. It is known as what? Information. And we know only that the computer is working on IPO cycle. So this is what? I, that is input, P, that is processing, and O, that is output. Clear? So this way data is getting converted into information and we are getting the result of our work. Is it clear? You can see here again IPO, how data is getting converted into information. Clear? Let's read further. A computer needs memory to store data and instruction that are used during the processing. Right? Means whatever we are giving instruction, computer has to memorize that. But for that they require memory devices. Right? And suppose we want to store that information in the computer for later use. So for storing purpose also we require storage device. Right? So that only we need to understand in this chapter. But for memory and storage, first you should clear with this, that is data and information. What is the major difference in how it is working, that you should know. Right? Now see again, it also needs memory to store the processed output. It also need memory. अगर store किया है तो कहाँ पे store किया है वो भी उसको पता होना चाहिए, right? And we can open it very easily. That is from the memory devices, and we are fetching that data, we are fetching that information. Fetching means we are taking that information from the storage device, right? Okay. Let us learn more about the units that are used to measure the computer memory. Now, whenever you are purchasing mobile, or whenever you see any of the box of the mobile, अगर आपके घर पे please see it. It will say 64 GB memory, 128 GB memory, 32 bits. It is written. What is that? These terms are related to the technology, which is considered as the measurement of the memory. That how much memory or how much data you can store on that particular device. Sometimes you are storing too much thing, right? Then you will get a message that space is not available or space is less. Why it is so? So let us start that. For that, let me rub this board. Now measurement. If I say measurement, what is measurement? In which the things are weighed. એટલે કે એનું વજન થાય છે. If I say that 5 kg of potato. So what is this? Kg means that is kilogram. So that is what? Measurement unit. Unit means in which it is measured. એનો વજન જેમાં થાય છે. I cannot say that I need 1 liter of potato or 2 kg of milk. No. Most of the things which is solid will be measured in a kilogram or gram. Right? Kilogram or gram. If it is liquid, then it will be measured in liter and milliliter. If we talk about the distance, it will be measured maybe in centimeter, meter, and the bigger one is kilometer. This is the concept of science that we will study. But here you just have to understand that units are different for different things. I cannot say that I have 2 kilogram of memory in my computer or I have 2 kilometer of memory in my computer. No. The way things are measured in a different unit. Same way for computer also there is a different units for measurement. So that we have to understand. See, there are various units such as gram and kilogram for measuring weight, meter and kilometer for measuring distance. Right? I have explained. Right? Similarly, there are units for measuring computer memory. Here we are talking about the subject of computer. So it cannot be measured in a liter or centimeter or kilogram. It has a different unit. What is that unit? See, a computer is an electronic machine and can understand only 2 states. 2 states means it can understand only a language of 2 digit. What is that? 0 and 1. Computer can understand only this language of 0 and 1. Now 0 means what? State. See, if you will see in your textbook it is written 0 means off and 1 means on. So the combination of this 2 digit is known as what? Binary language. What is that? I'm sorry. Binary language. Combination of 0 and 1. Right? So this is the language of computer. They can not understand our spoken words or our language, but whatever we are typing will get converted to this too. So that computer can process easily. Right? See. Only 2 states, that is on represented by 1 and off, that is 0. Right? The language of zeros and ones understood by the computer is known as binary language. Underline that. Binary language. Combination of 2. Binary means 2. Here we have the combination of 0 and 1. So that is what? Binary language. Right? The data is stored in a computer memory in the form of zeros and ones, which are called bits or binary digits. These are known as what? They are known as beats, or they are also known as binary digit. Right? Binary means true, I told you. So they are considered as a beats, or they are known as binary digit. Underline beats. Right? Beats means 0 and 1. Right? See, thus beat is the smallest unit for measuring computer memory. Beat, like the way we have seen gram, kilogram, liter, milliliter, centimeter, kilometer, right? Same way, beats is the smallest unit for measuring the computer memory. Right? जैसे ग्राम छोटा यूनिट है, right? ग्राम means small, kilogram means big, right? Same way, beats are small, byte are bigger. That we will see in the next table. Right? Turn the page. See, the capacity of a computer memory can also be expressed in terms of bytes. Right? If you want to convert beats into bytes, you can convert it very easily. This one, right? ये beats है, that is smaller unit. Right? This one, bytes are bigger unit. Right? We can convert beats into bytes very easily. Conversion table is given here, and based on that only our mobile, laptop, tablet, computer have the memory units that we can store this much only, not more than that. Right? See, a combination of 8 beats make up 1 byte. That means, wait for a while, let me drop it. We know that beats are smaller unit and bytes are bigger unit. So, 8 beats will make 1 byte. Right? 8 beats. So you can understand कि अगर 8 एक साथ जमा होंगे तभी एक बाइट बनेगा. Right? So this one is a smaller, this one is bigger one. Right? See. Also there are other bigger units for measuring computer memory. The following table lists these units in detail. Right? Table is given so that we can see the different unit of measurement. Right? So let's do that.
Okay kids, so as you can see here, there is a one table, units of measurement and relation with other units. As we have seen that beats are the smallest measuring unit for the computer memory. So when 8 beats are combined with each other, then 1 byte will become. Right? Same way, when 1024 bytes will combine with each other, it will make 1 kilobyte, or we can say 1 KB. Same way, 1024 KB will combine, it will make 1 megabyte, that is 1 MB. If 1024 MB, it will make 1 GB. GB we all are aware with. GB means gigabyte. Same way, 1024 GB, that means 1 terabyte. 1024 TB means 1 petabyte. 1024 PB means 1 exabyte. 1024 EB means 1 zettabyte. And 1024 ZB, that means 1 yottabyte. Right? We don't have to remember till yottabyte and all that, but you need to remember that 8 bits make 1 byte, and you have to remember till gigabyte, that is 1 GB. Right? It is just for your general information. You don't need to remember much. Okay kids?
Okay kids. So I hope you have understood that table and the measuring unit of a computer. So today with this I am ending my session over The way I am telling in each and every video, please read the topic which we have covered today. Go through this video again if you have any query. We are going to meet in the next session. Till that time, stay safe. Bye bye.